So this year came with a little more auditing on Sunday afternoon. First Sunday in May 2024. And you know, I've been planning this for quite some time. You know, what I was going to say when we finished compiling the, you know, our sense of creation and how it's managed to fumble to this point so far. And, you know, justice all over the world, but particularly in the West, is extraordinarily self-serving and patently demented, both in its protocols of application of the laws that are brilliantly written, as well as the consequences she provides. To my disadvantage, gives this contrast with her own children and the children of her friends seem to get rather a light touch, a rather generous-hearted, generous-spirited laws, while if my kids are broke or disenfranchised, as I am right now, they're given the ass end of life in every circumstance. And it's insisted they stay in their place. Fuck you, asshole. You're nothing. You're nobody compared to me. I'm a cop. You know what I say? I'll fucking waste you. And you know what? Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. And nobody's gonna complain too badly about me either. I got 1 or 2 free murders up my sleeve. I know it. And so we have, in England less so, but let's take a look at Canada. We have cops that are greedy, hungry to pull that trigger. Oh God, please, Lord, let me squeeze these off into somebody for a chance I get, please, please, please. And all of a sudden, my young Sammy Yeltsin shows up with his penis in one hand and a Boy Scout knife in the other. Very frustrated, confused, disoriented. On a streetcar, there's nobody in the streetcar except him at this point. And said officer for pink hoodie, dressed all in royal blue with a red stripe, proceeded to fire all 9 of his rounds into the boy, hitting him with 8 and missing with 1. Point blank range. How he missed, we can only surmise. I would have liked the coroner to do an audit of the said officer's panties after the incident. The jurists were very, very concerned. Like, you know, if we convict him of this, then what'll you know, he won't be able to do his job. You know, what'll happen to the poor boy? Right out loud, so even I could hear it in the newspaper. So there's a difference, can we say this, between the state and my citizens, and quite a big one. And the state will do everything it can to strengthen the convictions it's already secured, no matter how weak and feeble they are. And in the United States, take a look at the Trump issue. He jaywalked. He deserved life for that. Get him out of my hair. He bugs me. He tells the truth sometimes, and that's a problem in the United States. That's a huge problem in the United States because that country is addicted to her lies, even though it's blinding all of the Luddites therein disposed beyond the ken of human imagination previously. These people will swallow any affluent as long as there's a payday at the end of it. Elephant cum, camel shit, it doesn't matter. Let me get into sandwiches. And serve it to their own families too. But only when the cameras are rolling. The rest of the time, they probably think like you and me. Except they like to keep this barrier between their fantasy and the oncoming reality that's going to burst their little bubble quite handily, I presume. That's what's prophesied. And so far, 100% of all prophecy has come true, and not one of Joe Biden's promises has. Have you ever noticed, for as long as it takes, Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why most of my girls are so disappointed in the men that are on offering today. Is, forget about a hard on, like they have no backbone either. They're like walking amoebas. Not a thing to them, just whatever you want. What's 2 and 2? Whatever you'd like it to be, sir. I like my boys to grow up to be men, with opinions that are their own, in countries of their own that they own, and don't have to lick somebody else's balls to cross the street. You can take all the video of my kids you like. They will always find a way to circumvent any intrusion some dim-witted, lying, pompous, self-entitled minister of state decides to impose on the unwashed masses, as well as his king. Don't forget, we live on Skid Road in Toronto, Canada. That's a very prestigious address. Some of the finest people in this country have come from these locations. And some of the saddest from the universities these days. Like, what are they graduating? People cannot reason from one postulate to the next and carry a train of thought between the two. I have no respect for things like incidentals like history, or preconceived holy communions my kids have had with each other, like Germany had with Russia. There'll never be German arms in Russia again, we promise, in 1945. But Joe Biden's wet dream turns Mr. Milquetoast Olaf into the basically French toast that he is. 2 and 2's whatever you'd like it to be, sir. Mr. Biden, sir. Care for me to tidy up your panties there, my friend? Anything you want me to say to my people? There's no sovereignty anywhere in our Europe dominions, thanks to these delirious monocrons in the CIA. USA, CIA, same damn thing. No difference. But this is just to conclude of your king. And there's 7.7 billion other concludes on offering someday, I pray. Want to help